All right, everybody, welcome to the NXL Chantilly Open right here. We are having a beautiful day out here in just outside of Paris. One of the best locations, best venues in my opinion.
Yeah, this venue is great. It's awesome.
Probably the best venue in the. I'm stoked to come back here every year. And we have a really good matchup here. The lunchtime bracket or the afternoon bracket rather, is starting up. We've got Houston Heat playing up against the current first place champions of both the NXL Europe and NXL Dallas, the Russian Legion on our left-hand side. I think on your guys is possibly right, but you can figure it out.
And we also have Stockholm Ignition and Ronholt Blast. So I'm excited for both these matchups, actually.
Good. Yeah, this is going to be fun because, well, the big thing is, for a mixed-together team like ourselves, playing with the Golden State Kings out here, we don't get a lot of field time prior to the event, and a lot of the U.S. teams don't either. So the Russians actually have quite a good facility in order to put a lot of time on the field. So it's going to be interesting to see how they shoot off the break, how their game plans match up against the game plans that we run.
Oh, wow, you see Konstantin Fedorov takes the 50 brick over here on the Dorito side right off the break.
Yeah, this is one thing, like, had he not bumped into that thing, I think it would have helped out a lot. But he's did this against us in practice yesterday, and it worked really well. And it's a really good route that actually Archie ran today as well. And I haven't seen a lot of people run that same route and be successful with it. But right now it's a 5-on-5 game, and Houston Heat definitely has the ball with the positions. And it looks like
Fedorov is calling for a shot.
Fedorov's calling for a shot on the loader of the player in the center of the field.
Doesn't get it, but they do lose Mishka behind him, so it's just Fedorov over here on the Dorito side.
Yeah, and Chad goes into the match them up in the center, and Russians taking the walk early. Oh,
Fedorov does not get shot. Is there a ball in there? No. So while that all happened,
and then he talks a little smack to him, and he's gonna. Oh, but he gets shot right there. But Fedorov taking out two players. Yeah, Chad. You can hear him give him a little woohoo at the end. And on the other side of the field, there was that 1-for-1 on the Russians pulling out two bodies, and Ryan Moorhead able to fill out to the snake side on that play.
It's a 2-on-1 right now.
So, no, Yaya's still in the center. That's why I don't understand how Yaya missed.
Yeah.
I don't know how Yaya missed Sergey running down this side of the field. Perhaps when Yaya was going into there and Sergey was matching him up on the Dorito, Sergey just got dominance of him and it forced Yaya to play that outside.
Right. And the Russians, Moy did get a minor penalty, which pulled out Smotrov. So
yeah, that's
Snake side kind of fell apart over there on that one.
And it looked like there was a hit maybe in his pack from the inside. Perhaps there's a bounce shot I know over there, which is always a pain in the butt. All right, so the next two teams coming out right now are Stockholm Ignition and Ronholt Blast.
Yep, Ronholt Blast in the gray and red.
Okay.
And Stockholm Ignition in the
gold.
Mustard gold.
The Dijon.
The Dijon over there.
Wearing Dijon.
I like it. They got the Golden State Kings colors going on, just a little bit reversed.
That's right. We should get some home and away jerseys made.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Too.
There was a weird beep right there. So very similar breakout.
Yeah, it looked like this Dorito player for Stockholm Ignition did get shot on the break. He did, so 5-on-4 in favor of Ronholt Blast. And that's actually something Ronholt is really good at. They're really good at the fundamentals of the game. They're good at shooting off the break. They're good gunfighters. Their struggle has been the mid-game scenarios, trying to break down the games and close out games. So looking for them to definitely do a little bit better. I've kind of been a fan of them for a long time.
He's getting really greedy with, it looks like he clipped the tall temple on the snake side and loader, but he just got shot on the top of the loader himself. He got a little too greedy on that inside shot.
Right.
I think he could have just kept coming into this 50 brick.
He did get the shot though, so
we have that shot,
4-on-3 now in favor of Ronholt Blast. Good field position.
Yeah, and I just heard a Ronholt Blast player yelling 2-on-2, but it could have been. They both have it's 3-on-3, but that also could have been another word in another language that I just didn't quite understand. Oh, and he gets a shot in the center tall temple right there, right in his guts. All right, so Blast player. This is a great fill across as well for what he did. That's one of the advantages of having that inside laydown right there. just having another offensive weapon on that side of the field. But looks like Ronholt Blast making a really big move up the center of the field, all the way into the 50 snake, running and shooting.
That is Ignition.
Ignition, sorry.
Yes, big move, and they're down bodies right now, so I like that play, you know?
That
and it
was
looks like it's going to pay off.
Yeah, but it looks like he got shot, and somehow not getting there's the penalty. Ooh, now it's a one-on-one, but as soon as the ref comes over here and pulls him out, yeah. When you see the refs running like that and you're still not out,
go try to do something.
Try to do something.
Yeah.
You know, just don't get shot on the move, but try to. If you put a ball on that other player, you're not allowed to do that, because if you're not eliminated, I believe you're still allowed to advance. So if you see a flag go up on the other side of the field and you know you're the last player, if you can make a kind of dynamic move, especially after he just shot the guy in front of him,
exactly,
he would have been able to possibly get a shot on the other guy across the field.
And I do believe if you get a shot on that guy and he's dead before you had been pulled, it's a no point.
Major. So I guess they decided to change the call on the field and give that player across there a major. All right. Well, we're going to have to get clarification on that one and see what the box says. We're not totally sure. But at point approved, I believe that point would have gone to Ronholt.
I mean, it would make sense for that.
That's what it looks like to me.
Right.
So Houston Heat taking the first point against the Russian Legion. There's a little bit of bad blood between these two teams. Well, everybody's always gunning for the top team. However, if you guys have not heard some of the news, there's a little bit of trickery being played on by one of the Russian players who used to be on Heat. All alleged.
It's the word on the street.
In the U.S., everybody is innocent, until proven guilty. So
innocent until proven guilty. We'll go with that.
Let's go with that. So Houston Heat coming out with Chad George, Ryan Moorhead, Sam Monville, Fedorov, and Chad Or no, who's that right there?
This is Fedorov right here. Yeah, so Ryan Moorhead getting shot out of that back center bunker on the break. It looks like the Russians are
5 up in the Dorito corner. Tall can. I didn't see where the fifth body is.
Yeah, me neither.
Tower. He might be up in that center again. Yeah, he's up in the center wedge.
I see him moving.
That's the second time they've gone up there. They went up there 2 points in a row now. So the Russians' play is to really try to stifle Fedorov in the center, but Fedorov catches that, in the Dorito side. But Fedorov is doing a really good job of putting pressure on that middle, evening it up. Oh, and shooting 2 bodies out now. 3 bodies walking off for the Russians really quickly. And Sergey in a very lousy spot is what I would say. And it looks like, he's going to shoot him in the back a bunch and bonus ball him a whole bunch extra.
Bad blood we were talking about.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Sergey taking his lumps.
Yeah, I do like that Sergey didn't even really flinch. He was just,
he's just kind of
like, all right, cool. Let's go. Fedorov with the stare down. This game is actually awesome. And you know what? The Russians are going to come back. I can't imagine. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I feel like this game's just going to continue to escalate. So 2-0 right now in favor of Houston Heat. Houston Heat playing really well.
So if everybody out there is enjoying these matches as much as we are, please click the like button on the little thumbs up button there on your Facebook page, and also click the share button when you guys have a chance.
Share it indeed.
Sharing this is great because free webcasts is fantastic, and we want to see more free webcasts all around the world. So any chance that Marcelo and I get to come up here and commentate, that's one of the things we'd like to push is,
We just need you guys' help.
Yes,
the more people that watch this stuff, the better. So. All right, here we go, and it looks like, so that penalty was on, Ronholt has 5.
They have 4.
And they have 4.
So it looks like it was a late call major on that play over there.
Right. I wonder what the score is.
So I believe that would have given them a point. Right? Yeah, so I think it's 1-0. 1-0 Blast. And Ronholt losing the first body, giving them only 3 right now.
Again, the yellow guys are Ignition, Stockholm Ignition.
God, what did I call them again?
Ronholt. Those are my Blast boys. So I know them a little bit because I've gone out.
I just really like the word Ronholt, so I'm just calling both of them Ronholt for right now.
I don't want to correct you up here, but for the viewers' sake, we got
I'm just gonna be doing that the whole match. Ignition.
So it's a 5-on-3 right now.
Yes.
In favor of
of the Blast.
Ronholt.
Yeah. Ronholt is in the Snake, I believe, Snake 2 or 3 right there. Ignition making a move up on the Dorito side, but getting a lot of pressure from that Snake side as well. So, but they're still able with a 5-on-3 to fill out. Oh, he just got clipped in the loader. Not playing tight enough here.
Yeah, you can't let that Snake shoot you in that
For the
spot.
Ignition player. And look at Blast is gonna come wrap around this thing and see you later. Or maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, it took a while to shoot that guy, yeah. Oh, but he makes up for it with a kill on that side, putting Blast up 2-0 against Stockholm Ignition.
on it.
Yeah. So as the European tour is getting underway here with the second event of the 4-event stop, our next event after this is the Prague Open, which Team USA, the pro Team USAs will be playing out there, followed by Amsterdam, where all of the
U19,
U16,
women's,
and the women's.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great event. Both of the next two events are really fun. I mean, the European Series is doing a great job out here for Europe. Not as many teams supporting from the lower divisions. I know that the German league has quite a few players that have opted just to kind of stay in Germany and play in their own little bubble, which, you know, I think that Kirill from the Russians actually made a good point last event after they won. They said it's really important that you guys get up here and get some experience.
Absolutely.
So Sam Monville taking the walk really quickly, and
Smoke Drop also taking the walk.
Yeah.
In here checking Karslev. Karzlev's clean.
Chad, getting shotgun up the center. So it's a 3-on-2, 4-on-2.
4-on-3, yeah. 4-on-3 in favor of Russian Legion, and these guys are just sprinting at each other right now. Off the break, they are putting together some hyper-aggressive plays. I really like it. It's fun to watch. You have Karslev over here in the Dorito 3 with Sergey right next to him. Yeah. Fedorov is also on this side for Houston Heat. He's in the Dorito 1, looking inside though.
Yeah, and it looked like Karslev came out to this, all the way out on this Dorito side, running and shooting, and shot Sam Monville out of that first little temple, but it looked like he might have caught a bounce, I'm not totally sure. Right. Sergey moving up to the insert little wing and shooting up the center to catch, running up the center to that right wing. But Fedorov right now recognizing that he's the only one alive on this side of the field, and thus more or less the anchor on this side.
Yeah, he's got Ryan Moorhead in that back center can, looking his way to kind of protect him.
Yeah, and Ryan's in a really tough spot.
Yeah, definitely right now. Fedorov comes out.
Oh! Sergey bunkers his own player.
I believe he's gonna make up for it right here, though.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, he's gonna make up for it. Oof. Wow. So he's running around. Oh, it's a one-on-one right now.
Yeah, still alive.
Chad George.
Yep, Chad George. I believe Chad George shot Malloy and all of that, and it's a one-on-one with him and Dennis Golev.
Oof, Sergey is not going to be too stoked.
Yeah, bunker his own player. That is a big time mistake right there.
Yeah, and I see what happens. So like, it's a really blind move for him to see around this giant brick. Ooh, to see around this giant brick. I saw Fedorov kind of step wide from that Dorito 1.
Right.
Chad George has won a lot of these one-on-ones. Ooh. Sounded like someone got shot in the goggles.
Yeah, this is definitely the guy you want playing this one-on-one for you if you are Houston Heat.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of blind from that tall temple. It kind of blocks him out on the whole left side of Chad's vision, so can't really battle around that left side at all, unless Golev comes out super wide, I think.
Right, and a big thing to note here is Chad doesn't have to do anything. He just has to protect his buzzer, and I mean, at the very worst, you trade with Golev.
So he's trying to get this little bounce shot off of that Dorito chip.
Yeah,
his gun is just so loud from this angle.
It was a big point for the Russians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, big point for each team just because it's 2-0.
Yeah.
So if the Russians win this one, it's a Yeah, like you said. But
if Heat wins, a 3-0 win with a long point like this, absolutely. Oh, and Chad George gets the drop on him. Oh man, gets a little fist pump. Houston Heat is fired up right now, dude. That's
Chad's still jogging it out anyway.
Yep.
I like running down here, he says. Feels good. Feels like we did something. So great job, great work, holding it down there at the end. Chad George, along with all that commotion that went down. A huge advantage for the Russians and a big brain fart for Sergey, bunkering his own guy, coming up there and getting shot while he's trying to bunker out Ryan Moorhead. So Chad, massive game from Chad George. So the score on this one is 2-0. Let's Ronholt up.
Yep.
Okay, good. Getting the hang of this. You know, it's not my first time, but you know, we've actually been in Europe for quite a while now, so I'm just gonna blame it on that. God, that guy took a sweet ass time getting there.
Yeah, God, that took forever. I want to say he went to the 50 Dorito on the break, but it took.
We can't consider that on the break.
He did make it though, so it's 5 alive for both sides right now. I think this is the spot. Yeah, absolutely. You've been up in that spot quite a bit in our 2 practices and today.
Yeah.
You know what's going on in this guy's mind? What does he?
So you can see how much pressure is coming out on the outside of his bunker. So it makes that wrap really difficult. But if you're so he should get some kills right here. He should get a kill on this tall cake. But he's missing that. But it looks like he's probably going to get bunkered here shortly. Because no one can really, well, that tall can across the field can slow down that Ronholt blast player, but.
Right, he's trying to, but the blast player is pushing through his gun.
So when you get into this tall brick, if you get in there unnoticed, well, here comes the hammer being dropped right there, and they took a spot.
The back center just looked the other way for a second.
Yeah, and that's all it takes.
Yep.
And then, yeah. So the sketchy thing about getting into that spot right there is if they see you, they can stop you from coming around the outside, and when you come down the inside, pretty much everybody can shoot you, right? You know, so the biggest thing is you want to get in there unnoticed if you can, and I think, you know, Fedorov did a good job of it, but until he bumped into the bunker,
right?
The first point for you to sneak, but honestly, it's pretty tough. If you have a guy behind you though that can
makes it a lot easier.
It makes it a lot easier, and you're just a lot more confident in that spot.
Yeah.
So, with that said, you know, the idea is you want to get in there unnoticed, and that's the huge advantage. So running there off the break is great, again, but if they see you go in there, then it's easy to stop the movement around the tape. But that guy in that tall cake was at a huge disadvantage, and this guy just missed him when he wrapped right there.
Right. You got to connect on those shots.
Or just come into their side of the field. Then you get those shots open up on the inside tower, the tall tower on the snake side, the back center. Again, you get closer to them. That means it's easier for them to bunker you, but if you can do a lot of damage right there,
get
what happened, he came by and
right.
shot 4 guys right there.
All right, here we go. Russians do take the snake corner over there, which is a really hard spot to make. A lot of teams aren't going out there.
But Fedorov, uncontested coming out here, and just having to deal with that tall temple, and it looks like he's just going to walk into this next spot. He's going to shoot the back left, possibly, from here. He's really trying to put pressure on that tall center temple.
He's shooting at the 50 snake because Malloy is in the 50 snake right now. Yeah, Malloy snuck right in there off of Snow Chop going out to that corner. Yeah, so I think what Sergey, or what Fedorov wants, which he should do, is he should get into the 50 Dorito. Like, he should wrap this tape. But the difficult thing is he doesn't know what's in front of him exactly. And that's why he's playing like this, and that's one of the big things. But if he gets in here, he can wrap on all these guys right now. Oh, he just got shot. Oh. So Karslev got shot going in there. Yeah, that's a major. That's a huge major. You missed it. Throw the red. Yeah. Karslev got shot when he stood up to come around this side. Malloy, off of all that, is now in their snake, but the Russians losing 3 bodies right now. It's a 4-on-2. Malloy is probably going to get bunkered relatively quickly here once they recognize it. Oh, but he might have just got a shot on Yaya. Yaya is asking for a check.
Yeah, so,
nope.
I think that what they need to recognize,
Ryan Moorhead just gets shot.
Yeah.
Yaya's coming to bunker. Oh, and he does! It looked like he got shot in his leg.
Ryan Moorhead got a minor. Yaya is dead.
It's a 1-on-1 again.
Right now, yeah.
Oh my goodness. These teams have they're not playing with composure, and it's because I believe they just want to smash each other right now. And you're watching a lot of mistakes, a lot of hyper aggression.
So I'm not sure what player that is over there.
That's Smotrov.
Smotrov.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those shots were so close.
Yeah. And you know, Sam Monville's actually really good at these as well. He's won tournaments for Houston Heat in one-on-ones, one-on-two situations.
And he knows what the scenario is. He doesn't need to get the buzzer, so he's just kind of, well, he's still going to run over there.
Smotrov is too. Sam's way closer. Oh, Sam didn't recognize it. Wow. You know, Smotrov's really fast.
Yeah.
He is
pretty fluid
really
right there.
fast.
So, massive point for Smotrov getting right there. The breakdown was when Karslev tried to run around, got shot in the side of the head, and continued around and bunkered Fedorov, got that major, at which point Malloy was so deep over on that other side, he was just kind of hiding behind his gun. And I think that if Smotrov had filled over here a little faster, he would have been able to stop that movement. Yeah. Because he kind of didn't know what was on the Dorito side.
Right. So. Well, that play kind of fell apart really fast because of that major penalty. And, you know, Karslev, he's been playing amazing this year, but you've got to be a little bit smarter and not try to, you know, put your team in a bad spot like that. He clearly was shot, you know, well before he got to Fedorov.
Yeah. He got it right in the side of his head, right when he popped over the top.
So that's a 3-1 game.
Yeah.
Here we are. Ronholt Blast.
And this should be
Ignition.
3-0.
3-0, yes.
Game. Ronholt up. So
pretty similar breakout.
Yeah, mirroring up exactly the same, but Blast losing the first two bodies really quickly. I'm not sure who shot that tall temple on the snake side, but this guy did go in here for that tall cave shooting across.
Maybe. There's definitely that shot there.
So right now, Ignition taking the snake 50 really quickly. Probably going to be able to come up on their side of the field. And Ignition also taking the center 50, looking Dorito way. So what would really help this guy, and this is kind of what we've been talking about, is getting an extra body over on this Dorito side to put pressure on that center tower. Yeah, the center tower just shot him. Yeah. Instead of filtering 2 bodies, 3 bodies up the center.
Yeah, this Dorito guy backed up, shot him, comes in, he definitely got a shot
that
on
guy,
him too.
That center player for the Ignition guys spun on him.
It's a nice little 3-piece for this player, but Ignition alive and existing over there on the snake side. They're going to hit the buzzer. All right, got a little bit of a game here now, 3-1.
Yeah, they just need to work together a little bit more on this Dorito side instead of sending everybody up that center. I think that was a big breakdown for Ignition, even though they did win that point. It could have been a little cleaner.
Absolutely.
So both games now 3-1 score. What do you think on this Heat game? I think the Russians are going to put it together.
I mean, I never really like to count the Russians out, to be honest. They've been playing really, really, really good lately. But with the way they're playing, they're not playing with the typical discipline that they have, you know?
Right. It's like a grudge match.
So I don't know,
sure.
To be honest, I'm kind of up here just as a fan right now. I don't know if I could pick one.
I definitely thought that they would come out shooting more players off the break.
I did too. I did too, for sure. But they've been running so much. Usually their thing is like they sit in the blind spots and they do shoot. They've been running all over the place.
Well, they're running shooting to that God bunker up the center. Oh, look at Malloy running to the corner of it. Oh, Malloy going to trade up to be the front player on that snake side.
Smotrov is sitting this point, which is kind of strange.
Oh, Houston Heat doubled up in that back center can. Really getting a lot of pressure from heads up. And there's that Kirill that just went up the center.
Yeah, he just gets shot by Fedorov.
Fedorov is having a game right now.
Yeah, you know Fedorov wants this win more than anyone, I believe.
So now he is going to be in bad trouble right now.
Yep.
He needs to wrap. He's going to get a shot across on Chad George. Probably wrap inside here.
Oh, I think he did shoot Chad George. So just Fedorov and Oh,
no,
Sam Monville. So 3 alive for Houston Heat.
So is going to get shot. Ooh.
Malloy's
this guy has now checked his loader twice.
Oh, man.
Fedorov.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
Fedorov is blooding.
Okay, Fedorov just ran down. First of all, he shot Kirill, runs down, bunkers Karslev, then bunkers Sergey, and gives him a nice little, just got you, a little extra.
He shot Karslev in the back of the head, like 4 shots in the exact same spot. But
okay, chaos going down. So Malloy just traded with down on the snake side, and it looks like it is a 1-on-1. Sam
It
Monville.
looks like Malloy's trying to plead his case and gets a major. Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, got the major.
Oh, so Malloy's still alive.
Malloy's still alive. I don't know if Malloy has a hit on him or not. If so, he should not have been able to touch the buzzer.
Yeah, I don't think he does, though. I don't think he has a hit on him.
I think he was just saying that he
Yeah,
spun.
right.
If Yeah spun on him and didn't shoot him, then it's not a major. You have to shoot the other player.
Correct.
Yeah.
You are right.
You have to shoot
You're
him.
definitely correct.
So I think he's right now.
So maybe there is a hit on, yeah.
We're watching we're playing gestures up here. As Malloy is doing the running man and then kind of spins in circles. He's nodding, yes, I understand what you're saying, ref, and I believe that he may not clearly understand everything. But maybe the tone. Let's see here. Malloy's walking up. If shot him, that should have been a major. Well, let's talk about this real quick. Fedorov is so he's playing really well, but he's so focused on just bonus balling Sergey that he kind of gave up right there.
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
then
He started cheering.
And then he went, woo!
Yeah.
But instead of shooting the other two guys,
Right.
you know what I mean?
100%.
He might have just traded. He might have traded
with him. Yeah, I do think that's what
happened.
happened. But either way, you could tell what the intent is and what the focus is. It's not quite on winning the game right now. It's on beating each other up.
Yeah.
Which this is a really fun game to watch.
And I will tell you what though, that was an excellent shot that he made on Sergey because I think he actually shot him through his first cut with his first ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then shot him with the second golf.
Yes.
Yeah, like shot him right in the
sure.
golf. And even that first shot that he had on
Kirill was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirill went all the way up to that tall wedge on the Dorito side, and Fedorov just snapshot right to the goggles.
But that's the reason you don't want to be in that little insert thing is because you're just waiting for the guy to come around and bump your guy. If Sergey had filled out here,
behind him,
then he would have never been able to make that move, or he would have at
right.
least had to shoot Sergey first, which would have been, it would have
absolutely right.
It would have slowed him down substantially.
Stop giving all our secrets away.
I just got to tell you guys. So we get out there behind me.
All right,
Archie. That's a Ignition taking a big bite. You have to get down over there. Also, Ronholt Blast taking so Ignition took a big bite on both sides, going to the Snake and the Dorito 1 over here. Losing the Dorito 1 player, but Blast losing 2 players on the Snake side. Ooh, and I'm losing the 3rd player. They're falling apart here. They're struggling to keep that lead they had.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game is 3-1 right now, so.
And it's a 2-on-4, so. It's only a matter of time before the Ignition player recognizes the situation from the Snake side and just comes behind him and shoots everybody in the back.
And I'm not really sure how much time is left in these matches. Sorry for the guys back home. We don't have a scoreboard that we can actually see in front of us.
So they'll slowly recognize it, but again, another what I would call a divisional mistake is filtering lots of bodies up the center over and over and over. Like, you only need one guy up that center to close the game out, not 2 back-to-back. Especially when the game before, you lost both of those guys and it was a really close one. You want to get an extra body out on the tape to help your guys move down that side of the field.
Yeah, it's going to help you just close the angle and suffocate the other team much easier.
I understand that people feel like there's a big reward, because it is a lot easier to get up to that center one oftentimes, especially when you are up bodies.
Right.
But the reward is not, it's not as easy to close the game.
So Houston Heat is starting down in body, it looks. And looks like they're sending out Sam Monville, Chad George, Fedorov, and Ryan Moorhead. Fedorov walks by the Russian, still jawing his lips, and Smochov is off again. I wonder if he hurt himself. I hope not.
I don't know, but as Fedorov was just talking smack, he just bumped into the bunker and with his face, and now is trying to clean his goggles off frantically and all the rest of the paint because he walked right into the side of that bunker while they was
looking
talking.
back at the Russians trying to talk
back at him. It's that classic,
okay.
when
yeah,
someone runs into
run
a street
or
sign.
Something.
Yeah. So let's see where Fedorov goes.
Fedorov again to this 3-1. I think he got shot.
He got shot in the back.
Definitely looks
the back
like
of the
he got
leg,
shot.
in the back, yeah.
And Moorhead got shot too. I would look for Houston Heat just to, blow the buzzer. Oh, actually, they do get a kill, so it's a 2-on-4. Yeah. Chad George and Sam Monville.
Don't let that happen again. So. The Russians putting 2 bodies here on the Snake side.
Malloy's all the way on their side.
Oh, did Malloy just take one? No. Looks like he might have got a bounce in the inside of his. So they're just really trying to burn the clock down. Sam is just really hunkered down right now. Is that Golev and
Malloy
on the snake side, Karslev and Sergey.
So Malloy is all the way on Houston Heat's side of the field in the snake, and Golev is in the 50. So, I mean, the Russians are just set up in a really powerful position right here.
Except for this little cross right
Yeah,
here.
right.
Like,
This is
dude,
exactly.
I'm telling you right now, so this move down the tape is wide open for Sam. Even though they're in the snake too, like, because all that stuff in the middle just blocks you out. All right, now there's both bodies up at the same time. And the Russians go in and bring it in.
3-3.
3-3. So Marcel and I just came from a clinic up at the CPPS field up in England. And what else do you have on the agenda, on the schedule for the rest of the season or in the next?
Well, we have a lot of stuff going on. I think most notably we have the summer camp coming up in July. I believe we even still have a few spots left. I know last year we had a couple Europeans. Actually, a kid from England came out.
Yeah, from England came.
It's an awesome all-inclusive event. If you guys haven't heard of it, check out BKI Pro Paintball Camp. I don't think it's summer camp. BKI Pro Paintball Camp.
Just Google the BKI Pro Paintball Summer Camp.
Yeah.
And it'll populate. You can get it on my website as well, RyanGreenspan.com. But it's probably one of my favorite events of the season.
Hands down. Hands down, it's definitely a top 3. We had so much fun last year and it was awesome. So
yeah, it's an all-inclusive 4 days of paintball, food, paint, and paint. Paint is included the whole weekend, or the whole 4 days. It's a really, really cool event. Learn a lot of stuff out there, and I think that's important for a lot of players that are looking for something to do and want to have some fun and learn how to play paintball a little better. So Blast still struggling to survive off the break, losing another player on this one, so it's a 4-on-5, I think. As they make big moves down this side, it looks like they're going to have a pretty easy move into the 50 Dorito brick, because they're also on the 50 Snake for ignition. Yeah, Ignition putting a lot of pressure on that Blast player. And what these guys need to do is gang up on that center player. Just right down here. So, and Blast losing another player on that snake side of the field, allowing the Ignition player now to start wrapping soon. And get a shot on that center tall temple. Oh, but he catches one.
Goodness.
Actually, they traded out.
Okay. At least he made the shot, because otherwise that was...
Speaking of BKI and speaking of the combines and stuff like that, this player, number 28, Tilkeman, he actually came to one of the paintball combines hosted by Boston Paintball. Played incredibly well, got picked up by Aftershock for a couple seasons, and he was a player from Sweden. Came out to the U.S. and showcased a lot of his skills, and it paid off, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for those of you players in Europe right now that are thinking about that sort of thing, you know, check out the BKI program, check out the combine programs that happen a couple times a year out on the East Coast of the U.S.
And I think we're going to be looking to do one of the combines actually out here, possibly in England next year. So
yeah,
stay tuned for that. We don't have any details quite yet, but it's definitely in the works.
And again, it just goes to show that there are talented players over here that just need to make themselves known to the rest of the world,
yeah,
really.
Totally.
And that's one big thing. And Tilkeman putting in work right there, helping to get the game tied up, I believe.
Yeah, tie game.
For Ignition, yeah.
3-3. Both of these actually are 3-3. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Both teams went up 3-0.
Or is this 0.5?
No, this is 3-3.
0.7.
And they should better on the break.
Yeah, one thing that you are not going to be able to do to the Russians time and time again is the same thing and expect it to work. You know, you got to really put in an offense or just play a couple slower points as Houston Heat seemingly running out of steam, similar to the other match where Blast was way up and losing that lead. The Russians doubling up that Snake 50. Oh, and getting whacked off the field. Ryan Mora just a working man trying to hold it down for this cross shot, but the curtain's kind of closing on him.
I'm surprised they haven't blown the buzzer yet.
Yeah, they're really trying to. There's the buzzer. Yeah, as the Russians win that one convincingly,
5
5 bodies alive.
All of them at least the 40-yard line.
Sergey looking back to Houston Heat pit, seemingly to.
So just like I said, I thought that the Russians were gonna, make a little comeback. I expect Houston Heat to do the same thing now. You're a championship level team. They won the World Cup and the series title last year. They've been here before. Definitely expect them to come back and not lose 5 in a row to these guys.
The tricky thing is going to be for Heat. The one thing they're going to have to overcome is. I don't want to say they were relying on Fedorov, but Fedorov was doing a lot of work, and he just got shot off the break 2 games in a row. And if you don't have a guy on the field that's consistently getting 2 or even 3 kills, then that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. It makes it obviously easier on the rest of your team if one guy's doing a little bit more of the work. Not to say that Chad has not been playing spectacular over there, but it just makes it a little tougher. So Ignition losing the first body over here. It looks like Blast made it to all their spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I see 5 guys.
Yep.
Ignition another one. Took him in here in the Dorito 2. Battling inside. I believe that the pin blocks you out for that tall temple in the center, but. Look at this Blast player coming out. Ooh, maybe a spin right there. That could be a penalty. Ref threw the penalty, and then not a major. Oh, the Blast player got shot first, huh? Wow.
Wow.
It did not look like that to me. It looked a lot like
the other guy got shot
Dorito
first.
2 player got shot in the shoulder and spun his gun around. Looked like unless the Blast player got shot from the inside,
maybe, I guess,
but it didn't look like either one of these 2 guys. These guys looked like they were looking down the snake side.
Yeah, but it also, these refs are in the same position we are, so it's not like they saw an inside hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It looks like it's a 2-on-1 right now. Ignition player still making moves over here to try to win this game. Oh, look at this. Ah, missed that first shot.
Yeah, and he kind of just went a little too wide, I think, to be honest.
But he still had that pressure coming from that inside. So valiant effort for Ignition. I just don't know if I agree with that major penalty that was thrown, so maybe the refs saw something that we didn't.
Well, at least it didn't affect them, right?
True. Good point.
They won the point, so
yeah,
clear it. But yeah, I agree with you.
All right, Russians now up by 1.
4-3.
I would like to have seen that ref throw that flag a little higher, though. I feel like he just kind of was like unsure of the whole. You could tell how unsure he was of that call by how like
hesitant he was throwing it.
Yeah, just like the lack of effort that he put into throwing that flag in the air.
And then he tried to catch it.
Yeah, and then was like, maybe I shouldn't have thrown that. And then they're like, you know what? Let's make it a red. Which,
huh? All right, so we've got Malloy, Smotrov, Golev, Karslev, and Sergey versus Chad George, Ryan Moorhead.
Looks like
Fedorov
is taking that point off.
Yeah, the Nico Hyde
hides in.
Wow, that's and Smotrov got an early start. He does tag up. I don't know, it didn't look like it. Karslev making a huge move over here to get into the 50 brick on the Dorito side. It does look like 5 alive for both sides. Houston Heat made it out to that snake side corner. Chad George, you got looking this way.
So this is the tricky thing when you're coming off a game where you haven't played yet the whole match, and then you're kind of expected to go on this Dorito side and perform, because he should be in this 100 plus Dorito 1 right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now this is where
Karslev can just wrap.
now he's kind of screwed in this thing. So he's playing really defensively, looking inside, which is a tough call right there. They're in a really bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, I would have kept Fedorov in, absolutely. Just because he got shot off the break doesn't mean you don't keep him in.
However, he might have needed a block.
Yeah, maybe true.
Yeah, that was the move right there.
And Nico's an outstanding player.
Ooh, but Ryan Moorhead getting into the snake 1. And Malloy filling out behind. But Karslev on a 5-on-5, managing to be in there.
Oh my God. All right.
Sergey shot him on the inside of his stomach before he got to the Dorito 2.
Absolutely.
As he spun around to go get his gun back up, recognizing that no one was shooting at him and none of the refs were pointing at him, he just decided to get another kill.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and yeah, takes one.
So it's a 3-on-3 right now. Ooh, Ryan Moorhead making a huge move down the inside to get into the 50 snake. The working man rolling his sleeves up right now.
You said 3-on-3, so did Smoke Shop come off?
No, they have 3. The Russians have 3.
Smoke Shop's over here.
Smoke Shop's back here.
Okay.
Smoke Shop's back here. I didn't know that, but
I
just saw their 2 guys die right here with trade out with the Chad and Nico Hyde move right here. So now 2 in the snake for Houston Heat.
Malloy makes his move into the snake too. To kind of counter him.
Yeah, and so Sam Monville, 60-second point. So this is going to be tough for them to clear it.
Chad George gets into the 50.
Yeah. But Malloy's still trying to win this game by like battling crazy.
He does. He shoots Chad George.
He shoots Chad George. My God.
Moorhead gets bunkered by Malloy. Russians are going to win this match.
Oh.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah. And runs out of bounds. Looks like Golev going to be last player standing here for the Russians. I think Sam could have given it a little bit more effort to get up to the Dorito too, because that would have put a lot more pressure on Malloy on that snake side, standing up looking inside there. You know, getting really close to this guy again. It's a crapshoot of who's going to bunker who, really. You kind of hope that one of the 2 of your guys that are in that snake. I see what he was doing though. He was allowing them to go to work.
Right.
I just don't think that there's much payoff from getting out and around that snake when this guy's just sitting across, and then of course when Malloy is in front of you, just doing Malloy things.
Goodness. I mean, that's crazy. Houston goes up 3-0 and then loses 5 straight. But that's just what the Russians are capable of. They really are. They're a machine when they're all firing, and they're extremely aggressive, and they're really good at being aggressive. So.
So it looks like they're talking about something on the sidelines, looking like they might want to give Sam Monville a penalty right now. Huh.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. But
I think that's going to be the end of the game, 5-3.
Trying to overhear what the refs are saying right now. But. So again, we're trying to get but that was clearly a point for the Russians, putting them up 2 points with not much time
under a minute for sure. So, however, we did just recently learn 2 points are possible in like 30 seconds.
18. Was it 9 seconds?
9-second points. All right, so in this match, Ronholt Blast is up 4-3.
Ball. It looks like the Ronholt Blast player going out to that snake corner just got bounced.
Ignition makes a big move all the way into the 50 Dorito.
But
Blast
going
loses
really
2
slow.
Players.
Like, just not a fast guy. Going
and he got shot, right?
Yeah,
he did get shot.
Yeah, makes sense.
It takes a long time to come out.
Blast making a big move down that snake side, so there's nobody for Blast on this Dorito side of the field. Ignition can really make a move over here. Blast looks like they lost the snake corner and possibly the snake 1.
Yep.
So it's a looks
4-on-1. Yeah. And this guy's in the center tower. He's gonna have a tough time for sure. That's not the spot you want to be in this situation.
Just switching back and forth. Just
and you're up a point, so your team's definitely not blowing the buzzer.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna get bonus balled here. So, but that's a smart thing to do, you know. And that's looks like the player in the center of the field has a hit on the top of his loader.
This ref's on and he sees it.
Is running for him. It could just be rub, but it looks to me, what is it? We're pretty far away. Oh boy. Yep, that's a minor
penalty. Doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
4 alive, still get the point. So 4-4. And I wonder if that other game, if they did just let the time run completely out, or if they're gonna try to play another point.
Yeah.
Kind of anticlimactic if they don't go out for even a 15-second point. I would think
I think
that,
you have to go out for
above 10 seconds.
10 or 12 seconds.
All right, well then even a 9
it looks like looks like they just called it.
Game time finished.
Game time finished.
Game on.
So as we are trying to figure out what team comes up, we might be in X-Ball format right now, but coming up after this match, we have the Cologne Hurricanes versus Joy Division and Outrage versus Red Storm. Outrage and Red Storm, I believe, lost their first matches.
Yes.
And Hurricanes and Joy both won theirs.
Yep.
So we're
They beat those teams.
yeah, they beat both of those two teams. Yeah, and then after that we have Russian Legion versus Stockholm Ignition, Heat versus Ronholt Blast to finish out the rest of the day. So make sure everybody sticks around throughout the rest of the day. Get some paintball action for those of you guys in the U.S. who are just waking up.
And again, please make sure to share this. Share it to your Facebook page. Tell people about it. The more people that see this, the better. And free webcast, you know? Can't beat it.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
So right now we don't have access to any comments or anything like that, but please, you know, let us know what you think of the webcast in the comments below. We'll definitely read them. Well, the production team does. I will be eating croissants and cured meats in my hotel.
Sounds pretty
1
good.
minute.
But we will be joining you tomorrow as well to commentate. Let's see, what game are we doing tomorrow? Same time, right around now, so probably a Russian Legion game again.
Maybe. Yeah, right after lunch, probably.
Right after lunch, Marcel and I will be back. We'll have a handful of pros throughout the rest of today with the next 2 matches and all day tomorrow to, you know, kind of commentate and fill you guys in on what's going on throughout the day. This is obviously day 1 of the NXL Chantilly event. It's been pretty exciting. I think, let's see, we went 1-1. Impact went 2-0. So we play tomorrow. We play Fiat United and 5-star.
Yep.
So, you know, we're still trying to figure out this field as we were out on the field after our match for quite a while during the lunch break, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But it looks like a lot of teams are doing very dynamic moves and still trying to figure things out. So it's kind of good to know. It's good to see.
Not just us.
Not just us. And Blast taking the snake corner and making it. Looks like they're going to put together a snake-heavy play over here. And then making a move up the center into that mini wing. Another center player moving over for Ignition. They're just kind of stuck in that spot. Ignition losing the first body. So what's the score? Is this tie game?
Yeah, I believe it's 4-4. I was actually
Yeah.
going to ask you, but I'm pretty sure it's 4-4 right now. Tie game.
I think you called it a 4-3 on the last one.
Yeah, right.
Ignition now losing 2 bodies right now. That Dorito 1 player getting shot out was a huge kill for Blast. Blast struggling in the last few points to survive off the break. But now making 5 alive. Let's see. They're in the Dorito corner, the snake corner, the 2 center towers, the one on the snake side and the one in the direct center, and then this insert little bunker here. Oh, this guy's gonna get shot. Yeah, that was very sloppy and very lazy as a Blast player coming through the center of the field, just splitting the seam. Incredibly sloppy move from Delegrin. Just gonna have to call him out so he can hear that one. That was a big mistake right there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sloppy play on this side from Ignition, I gotta say. And I think it just comes from, it doesn't seem like they're very athletic, you know? It seems
Right,
like
yeah, looking at these guys moving,
not
they're
very
just,
athletic
like that one
movements.
guy who kind of comes into that 50
Right.
just really slowly, you know?
Paintball has become a serious sport, you know, and a lot of the players are working out. They're doing everything they can to be fast and make these spots because the shooters are getting better. Everything's getting more difficult, so you absolutely need to have speed, and you need to make moves with, you know, a lot of effort.
Yeah, I mean, just from that, just a big thing to point out is they're taking things more seriously. And the guys who are taking things more seriously are obviously excelling in this sport. You can get by for only so long on some natural talent and ability, but if you're not quick, if you're not crispy with your shots, and you're not a good shot, it's going to show.
Absolutely.
And I think that Ignition, you know, they have some flashes of brilliance over here, and they have some guys that have experience, but then there's just sloppy plays like what just happened there. We just kind of didn't have a plan when he left that center. I don't think he had a plan when he went to the center, Dellengren.
Okay.
And then he just kind of like decided, I thought maybe, oh, this is not a bad move. He's going to move across. But, you know, again, take it more seriously. Eat right, you know, leading up to the event. Take time to go to a pro clinic in your area when you can. If you can't, I know this is a plug on the BKI School of Paintball, but that website has paid dividends. You get access to a private Facebook group where you can ask questions to all the professors that are in there, and I just went and checked on it last night to see if anybody had any new questions, and literally the last 5 or 6 posts are all, you know, our team just won the last event. Our team just won the last event. Thank you guys for all this content and everything that you guys are helping us with. We've just won the next event here. And so there are teams producing victories and players winning,
benefiting from the program, so.
from taking the extra time. You know, pay the membership fee and go out there and do the extra work, put it in, because honestly, winning's a lot more fun than losing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming out here and playing paintball is great, but you want to win. So
Right,
Ignition,
so back into this game. Ignition down 1 point and also down a body, and they get a minor. All right, so it's a 5-on-2.
Dellengren filling up to the center again, but Blast wrapping the 50 snake right now. Dellengren, I think, is about to wear it pretty shortly here, and he just wears it. So Ignition throwing in the towel, so that means there might be a good amount of time left.
Yeah.
You know, so unfortunate minor coming up the center. Ignition losing the body, running to the snake, which is a huge risk, but obviously the Blast guys doing their work for running and shooting has paid off. And they got that kill. So we are on X-Ball right now, is what they call it, I guess, X-Ball time, where there's just a 2-minute break in between each point because the Heat and Russian game is over. So you're going to have to stay tuned to watch them all walk off the field, shake hands, see if...
Yeah, I'm actually very
mic
excited to see
down
that.
there. We need one of those the microphones with the big satellite dish on it.
Yeah.
You can point like some sort of ray gun.
That would be great.
You can hear what's going on over there. You know, mic the players up.
Yeah, hopefully nothing.
Obviously, that's in the that's a future budget purchase from the NXL staff. But obviously, if you guys share this post and if you guys like this,
get closer to that.
You know, we can get more viewerships. Possibly get some sponsors coming into this thing and get one of those ray gun microphones that we can hear some people talking.
So, Ryan,
my vote.
You asked me what I have coming up. What do you have coming up? Any clinics, any stuff like that? Any,
so I'm going to go do the 10-man event next weekend out in Chicago. Let's see, as far as clinics go, and then we have practice, 2 weekends of practice, then the Philly event.
Right.
After Philly, I feel like we have something after Philly. My next clinic is going to be before the summer camp. I'm going out to Texas.
Okay.
Going out to South Texas.
If you're in Texas, sign up.
Anybody from Texas, I'm going to be down there on the south of Texas. You can check out my website, ryangreenspan.com, to find out where I will be, where in the world. I know that in in July, we have the summer camp. Another big event that I'm going to be doing in July as well on the East Coast. Then after that, going out to Indonesia for a clinic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right before the next round of the Australian event. That's where you're headed next weekend. It's Australia, yeah. We're staying busy out here.
It's pretty much paintball every single weekend. That's what it takes.
Ignition losing that center player again, so Blast doing a great job of shooting a player that seemingly hasn't really gotten shot from what I've seen out here very often. But Ignition losing the next body right now. What they need to focus on at this point, wow, Dellengren getting all the way up here. He looks like he's going to get shot in the back. Boom, there it is. You just got to wrap this thing. He gets 2 quick kills.
Oh, what are you doing? Don't look inside. Keep wrapping.
Yeah. He needs to keep wrapping.
He did just shoot the snake guy, though.
Yeah, don't listen to us. Dellengren putting in work right now. I don't know why Tilkeman. I'm sorry, I'm just completely blowing it with your guys' names out here. Scandinavian names are very difficult for me to. But got him. Hit the buzzer, guys. Why is Tilken? Okay.
They just wasted a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Because they got the 60-second signal. They're down 2.
Yeah. Dellengren clocking in. Putting in all. I think he got shot. I think he's got a hit in his forehead, possibly by one of his buddies, or maybe he had that. Don't really quite understand because it looked like he was going to bunker that guy. Anyway, great work from Dellengren. That's actually you asked me what are you supposed to do in this 50 brick. That was it. Wrap that thing again. He got in there kind of unnoticed, or the only guy who did notice him was that center tall tower. But I believe his second body behind him, Tilkeman. Again, sorry if I'm butchering your name. Shot the tower before he was able to really give any of that information. That's when Dellengren was able to clean up those extra couple bodies. But yeah, lost a little bit of time on that one. Could have.
Yeah, I think this is probably 30 seconds left.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more. 35, 40. So definitely very doable.
And again, make sure you guys stick around after this match for the Cologne Hurricanes and Joy Division. Both of them have won their first matches, followed by Outrage and Red Storm, which should be a fun match as well because both of them lost their matches. Then these teams that are up right now, these 4 teams that are playing in this bracket, are going to be the final match of the day. So, luckily, the weather held out. Some people we were actually a little worried.
A little bit.
It's actually
That was
perfect
supposed to
paintball
be-
weather.
Right. Thought it was supposed to be a little rainy. It might get a little bit of rain tomorrow. The forecast says that, but who knows? Maybe
I don't
we
believe
brought
it.
the sun with us from San Diego.
As a matter of fact, this event has not only is one of the better venues that we've ever played at, but it also has always had pretty good weather.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's rained once, but typically, you're right. This has been a really good one.
So, coming up in here in the last under a minute. Oh no, there was just a timeout, so we got a little bit more time to listen to Marcelo and I talk about some things here.
1 minute.
Yeah, so who do we play tomorrow? We have 5-star.
We have
talked about
5-star
that earlier
and
in
Kiev.
United.
So
Two
Keith
big
Brown
games for us.
and Tim Montres are on the Kiev team,
Right.
trying to hold it down.
Ben Carroll and Keith DeVitt from the U.S. over on the 5-star team.
So we actually practiced them a little bit yesterday. I'm sorry, on Wednesday when we first kind of got down here. So those guys are playing pretty well. I don't know exactly how they did today with both of their matches. I know.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
sure.
pretty sure both teams won 1. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
how
I
did
think
the
they went
first.
1-1.
So everybody might be
Right.
1-1 in our division. We're gonna have to double check that, which makes things a little trickier.
Yep.
20 seconds.
Unless it was your out of bracket game.
Right.
If you lose your in bracket game, that's a tough situation for you moving forward. But again, we're still learning the field, still trying to figure things out with all the guys. Yesterday was the first time we all played together since the last event. Alrighty, so expect a big, explosive run through here on the ignition side. Not shooting anybody off the break. Ooh, but look at this, Tilkerman. Yeah, he needed to dive.
Right. And Ignition loses 3 bodies.
3 bodies right now?
Yeah.
Oh, Dellingren's gonna take it right now. Wear it, buddy. Ah, that was very nice of the.
Very nice.
Oof, try to say his last
Very
name.
nice.
Angeles,
Sergey or Fedorov definitely would not have
shot their opponents like
only
that.
a couple times.
So here's one big takeaway right now from watching that last point of that last match. Ignition is down a point and needs to score it within 30 seconds. Say, I'm just kind of hypothetically saying that. It looks like he did get shot in the track. Does he get checked out? Nope. Looks like he's clean. Is you want to win this point because you're down by 1. You want to send it to overtime. But another thing that you really don't want to do, you really don't want to lose the point.
Yeah,
I
especially
think
when
that's a
point
big-
spread comes
yeah.
into play later in the event.
Point spread
Different
very well.
tiebreakers and stuff. 100%, Ryan. You got to have 2 people that can anchor.
Yeah,
and
or push it if they see that the
push it
team
if they
is
see
really
the
going. But
opportunity, exactly.
running 5 guys just kind of to their deaths,
Right.
is just not
Not the move.
always the way. Although there was that 9-second
Yeah.
point scored in the last one, but I think they were a little more calculated than Ignition was.
Of course.
on that
Yeah,
play.
absolutely.
They really
that was
shot.
a very calculated point. Watching it was really interesting to see how they executed that.
Yeah, especially breaking it down. And again, as far as breakdowns go, I think you did do a breakdown of that. point,
I
or
haven't
no?
yet. I will be. I
break down
have
that point
Yeah,
specifically?
absolutely.
For all the BKM members. So it looks like that is that for the 2 matches. Ronholt Blast and Russian Legion taking the first victory of today. So please make sure you guys share and like. I know you've heard that from us several times, but that's really important to the success of this webcast and the success of this league. And then on top of that, stick around. There's more paintball action. There's 2 more matches coming up. Next, we have Cologne Hurricanes and Joy Division and Outrage and Red Storm.
All
Right
right.
after this, about 10 minutes, I believe he said. So stick around, and thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.